Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Tomorrow I'm supposed to be editing and I do not have a video to go up this week. So I decided I'm going to make a little sit down video to explain to you guys how Clara and I thrive and enjoy living in LA but on a budget. Now I know many people in these moving to LA videos talk about how expensive it is, and that is because it really is, but it is completely possible to live here and have a good time without spending a whole bunch of money. So in previous videos, I've kind of explained how I moved here, but pretty much I saved up a ton of money by working and selling everything I owned. So just to kind of give you guys an idea of how much money we had going into this, I wanted to have about 5 times my rent when I moved here, just so I knew I wouldn't be living exact paycheck to paycheck. And then I got a job that covers more than my living expenses, so I'm not lucky. The first way that we make it without spending all of our money is by only treating ourselves on the weekend. This was something Clara and I kind of developed early on, but we basically have this idea that we work our butts off during the week, we don't spend any money, we cook for ourselves and get groceries and stuff like that, and then we only eat out and spend money on the weekends. This stops us from kind of spending money here and there. We don't online shop as much, which was a problem before, and it really adds up when you make a whole 5 days without spending any money at all. So on Saturdays now, we allow ourselves to spend a little bit of money, maybe go out to eat, and then Sundays is when we do our grocery shopping, and it just kind of gives us something to look forward to and makes us work harder throughout the week and avoid spending all this extra cash that you may not realize you're spending when you're just picking up fast food or ordering a new shirt or bathing suit or something like that, which used to be a problem for us when we first moved here. We've noticed this help a lot. So if you're trying to save money, I would just say make a plan to not spend any money during the week, and then you'll feel a lot better about doing things on the weekend, and it won't be so bad if you want to go out to eat with your friends and do something then. The next thing that we do is we keep a budget. Claire and I both have our own Notion accounts, but you can do a budget through anything. We were using an app called EveryDollar at first, I think is what it's called, but I pretty much track every single expense that I have. I put in my rent, my car payment, my utilities, and I put all that under bills, and then I have a food category, an entertainment category, and a clothing category. This has really helped me by showing me how much money I actually spend on food and clothing. I think I never really noticed before how much it adds up, but I noticed that I was spending thousands of dollars on clothes and fast food that I would only enjoy for a short period of time. After this was really laid out in front of me and I got to see it, that helped me cut back a ton and realize that that was very unnecessary and I had a shopping addiction. With the not spending money every day, I kind of only have to add to this after the weekends now, which is super nice, and I realized I've saved a lot, but I've also still gotten to enjoy myself completely normally and have the fun on the weekend that I usually do. Now, the next thing that I know people wonder is how Claire and I go on vacation so much. Claire and I have taken a lot of trips together, and I think a lot of people are under the impression that I'm rich or we have money, and that is not the case at all. I will reiterate for this video that Claire and I did this completely by ourselves. We have nobody paying for anything for us, and we are definitely not rich. So the main places that Claire and I have gone together is mainly just like beaches, Minnesota, and Hawaii. Now, Minnesota, we can afford that because my family has a place there, which is obviously a plus. So I think when people see that we go there and spend all this money to stay in this house, they think that we're rich, but it's really just a family thing that I have, and we pay like $100 just to fly there, and then there's no other expenses. So I think a lot of people think that to be able to go places like that and travel, you need to have a ton of money, and maybe people think that since we've gone to Hawaii a few times now, if you saw my video last week, that we kind of have that, but that is not the case at all. I always ask for my family just to pitch in money or something for a trip as my birthday gifts. For like the last 6 years, I think I haven't gotten a single birthday gift. I just would rather go places and go on trips. So that's kind of what I do instead. I find trips like that much more. Claire's about to join us and give her opinions on this as well, but I find trips like much more special than little gifts that you're gonna forget about or lose, or I don't know, that's just me, but I value traveling much more than I value other materialistic things. So yeah, I would say for traveling, we always find really cheap Airbnbs. I think hotels are not the way to do it anymore. We are constantly going on Airbnb and just looking at the deals. We travel on weekdays, not weekends. So like with Hawaii, I think we did a Thursday to a Tuesday. So that can save you money as well by not flying on the weekend. And same with Airbnbs. And then when we go on these trips, we always grocery shop. You saw it in Hawaii. But wherever we go, day one getting to the trip, we go to the grocery store and get a ton of stuff and cook throughout the week. That's a nice thing about Airbnb because you usually have a kitchen as well, unlike a hotel. So that saves you a ton of money on restaurants and stuff like that. But most of our trips, as I mentioned, are pretty much about connections. Like I said, Minnesota, like my family has a place there. When we went to Catalina, that was a family friend's boat. They took us there completely for free. So it's about who you know, but it's definitely possible to travel on a budget. We're looking at Airbnbs right now in Bali, so maybe one day we'll be there. But it's all about figuring out the cheapest way to do it. We look for flights on Expedia and we use miles. So that is how we go places. Another thing that you guys really don't see is how much we do work. It may seem like we're always going on these trips and kind of just doing whatever we want, but we work all the time. Claire and I both work 9 to 5 pretty much throughout the week. I take one day off usually because I'm also a full-time student. So we do work our butts off, and that is how we afford to pay for everything. So I think the key to thriving in LA if you're on a budget is still working, but just making the time for you to thrive. Obviously, we don't work weekends, so that is the time that we choose to have fun. And then we also are always doing things with our friends in the evenings, so we keep ourselves extremely busy. We are not sleeping much right now. So yeah, the way we do it is pretty much being go go go, always doing stuff, always working, but it definitely pays off. We are having so much fun, and LA is the best place to do it because there's so much to do here. Like when you see us going to the beach, surfing, stuff like that, like that's free stuff in our area. Gas money is the only thing. We always ride together, we split it, and we switch each time. So we have our ways to do everything that we kind of developed really quickly on how to save money. When it came to furnishing our apartment and whenever we get stuff, we always check Facebook Marketplace. I know a lot of people don't like to do that, but everything that we found there was super great and super helpful. That's where Claire got a surfboard. So anything that you need to enjoy or need for your apartment, they have it, and there are really great deals on there usually, and you can barter with people. So we've pretty much furnished our whole entire place like that, or Amazon. Obviously Amazon has everything. When we moved here, we got like our toothpaste, toothbrushes, like soaps. We got everything in bulk, so that ended up paying off later on because we still have packs of all that from when we moved here. If anyone is watching this because they're gonna move to LA, one tip that Claire and I really enjoyed is when we first moved here, we were actually doing DoorDash and Postmates together. So this was not only making us money, but it was showing us the area. So at night when we wanted to kind of explore LA, we would just DoorDash on the way, Postmates on the way. So we got to know the area while making money, and we were together. So that was a super nice way to do it. And then we would just split the money or use it for groceries and gas and stuff like that. So it's a nice extra little way to make money when you have the free time. Another thing is, like when we first moved here, if we wanted to go out to dinner, we would do like 5 DoorDashes first, and then that would pay for our dinner that night. So it seems silly, but it paid off, and we never felt like we were spending any money. I feel like this is a helpful video. It was my mom's idea. So with groceries, that's a huge way that we save money. We have never stepped foot in Whole Foods and actually bought something. We are huge bargain shoppers. Whenever we do go grocery shopping, we go to this place called Grocery Bargain Outlet, I think it's called. So that is super cheap. We always go to those cheap grocery stores. We go to Trader Joe's. They have a lot of cheap stuff other than fruit. So we'll go there to get like our pastas, boxed items, stuff like that. And then we'll get our fruit at the Bargain Outlet and stuff. And that saved us a ton of money. I know when my mom came to visit, we went to Whole Foods because, you know, mom was here, and it was ridiculous. Like, I have never spent that much money on such a small amount of food in my life. I love Whole Foods, and if I was rich, I would shop there, but that's not a good way to save money. So it depends, everywhere that you shop, you know, is gonna cost differently. So definitely finding the cheapest stores and where you can get stuff for the best price.
Agreed.
Yeah, so another way that Clara can afford her groceries at a super cheap cost is her college actually sends her $25 gift cards a week. She goes to LA City, and they send her like little grocery gift cards. So if you go to school here, there might be some type of deal there as well. So maybe look into that and look into the programs that they offer.
A lot of programs.
A lot of programs.
Way to go, LA City.
Way to go, LA City. You know, they want us to save money out here.
Yeah.
It's actually it's not that expensive living here. It's really not.
No.
If we can do it, like you can do it. Like, it's really not that different.
You have those videos, it's like day in LA, and it's like
and
Rodeo Drive,
right.
matcha tea, you know, like it's not like that.
It depends where you go.
Yeah, it's expensive if you go shopping there, if you like go eat out there.
Like,
rent is like the one thing that's like, yes, it's like a big difference
you need
between
roommates,
rent. Yeah, but it's also worth it, and you can find roommates, and like the pay is higher.
Yeah, the pay is higher. Like, I think a lot of people stress, and that's what I get comments about, is how to afford it. And it's really no different than anywhere else. Your minimum wage is going to adjust based off where you live, and it just depends on where you go shopping, where you spend your time. In Maryland, I was a shopaholic, and all my paychecks went to clothes and random crap, and I just had to cut that out, and that's completely fine. And I realized that I was wasting money. And when we treat ourselves a little bit on the weekend, it feels great because we worked our asses off all week, and it's completely worth it and
we
completely
never really
possible.
regret it too.
No.
Like, well, yeah, we do like kind of keep ourselves super busy and like go during the week. So
just
like,
cooking, like pasta is super cheap. You can get a box of pasta that'll last you for $1.
Ever. And then yeah, on the weekends when we want to spend money on like 2 boxes of pizza and garlic knots, like
we won't feel bad. And we
it's
didn't. That shit was so good.
It was so good, and I'll do it again.
What's that
next
place called? Eat Proper Pizza? Go to Eat Proper Pizza when you come to LA. Not sponsored, but hashtag should be, because that was so
That
good.
is like our best find in LA so far.
That was the best food I've ever eaten. And Frog frozen yogurt is an old-time favorite.
Right.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. There's really not that much to it. Anybody can do it, but those are our little tips. I probably have more that I can't really think about right now, but if you have any questions, you can comment them down below and we will answer, or you can DM us on Instagram. Moral of the story? Just do it. Just move here. Why haven't you moved here yet?
You can do it.
Just look for the bargain deals, the secondhand furniture and stuff safely, of course. Always make sure you're getting not dirty stuff, you know. Just cut back on the shopping and you can do it. And you have to work. We work 9 to 5, so that is mainly the way that everything happens. Yeah, we're working 9 to 5s right now. Stay tuned. The summer's gonna be lit. I hope you guys like this video and all my other videos. I love you guys, that's for sure. And we're about to hit 600 subscribers. We're at 599. So thank you guys for watching. I think I'm getting a little bit better at this. This one was pretty easy to film. Hopefully they are starting to come together. Hopefully you guys enjoy them. And if you did, please like and subscribe. Even if you didn't, you should anyways, because there's potential in the future. So I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Move to LA. Kisses and bye.